Today, millions of trips are completed by transportation companies worldwide, and every day these companies struggle to manage their trips in an efficient way. The infrastructure for public transportation is usually well established, but also more reluctant to change. Therefore, Pantonium is seeking to bring public bus transportation into the 21st century.
So we use artificial intelligence to free buses from fixed routes so they can move on demand to address where people need to go. So we're taking buses, so buses traditionally go in fixed routes where they're going in a static route, going around and about. What we do is we're saying nowadays demand is very easy to understand where people need to go. So when we can understand that, we can make those buses run more effectively so they don't have to go to stops when there's no one there, and they can operate a lot more effectively. Also for the riders, they're able to increase ridership and decrease the kilometers that the buses are traveling.
Cities are at a crossroads as more people are flocking to them than ever before. With this seismic shift, aging infrastructure needs to be updated while excess numbers of vehicles are raising CO2 emissions. And with the likes of car sharing and taxi apps better catering to individual needs, traditional public transport is failing to keep up with modern demands.
So what we're doing is we're trying to help cities provide a more effective service for their citizens to be able to get where they need to go by giving the citizens more control and flexibility, and also allowing the buses to move into the 21st century so they can address today's needs.
With the Pantonium app, users can set the time and bus stop they would like to be picked up at. The trip is then sorted by the platform's optimization algorithm, which then, based on their itinerary, demonstrates to dispatch which bus drivers are best suited. Once the trip is confirmed, the bus driver is notified of the new pickup immediately. But how does this solution work for those without the app?
We understand public transit has to be equitable, so not everyone has smartphones, but a good majority of people do. For the people who don't have smartphones, they can call in and book a trip. Also, the bus driver can board people ad hocly. So, for example, if the bus service knows there's a church, there are going to be a lot of older people coming out of church at 11 o'clock who don't have smartphones, they can create a fixed stop at that time.
With this flexibility, cities' transit systems will be able to cater to the transport needs of its population. Though not every city will be able to implement a system like this, Pantonium is confident that its solution could attract customers around the world.
We're operating in 8 cities right now in North America. We're expanding to, we have about 50 cities who we're talking to in our pipeline, and we're looking to expand to Europe and Japan as our next steps for where we are.